Okay, so cactus kit. It's been a while, but here we are. We are going to work on the next cactus now, the last one. We made the big one and one of these guys, and then just made note of where all the other ones would end because you follow the same pattern for them. So now we're going to be working with color E. So I labeled, if you can see the letters there, my colors. This is the more sage, this is the brighter dark green, this is the brighter light green, and this is sort of the paler of the lighter ones. So mine was in 2 sections, I don't know why. But we are going to get started with this cactus number 2. So for this one, we're making 3 bulbs, and for each one, we are going to do the same beginning here up through round 4. So each time, I'll do it this first one, work my way through this one, and then I'll do the beginning off camera and then come back. So, got our yarn here, got our hook, and we are going to chain 2. So, slip knot, not slip knot. Yeah, slip knot. Why am I crazy? All right, I'm going to bring my yarn around my thumb, hold it between my fingers here, bring this working yarn between my fingers, take the loop, put it over the loop I'm holding, and then tighten down like that. There's lots of ways to do slip knots. You can do whatever way you like. Some people don't even use slip knots anymore, and they just do twisty stuff and it works, so you know. Anyways, we're gonna chain 2. So press back against that yarn, rotate that hook to catch the yarn, pull it through the loop on your hook for 1 chain, and then again for 2. So loop on my hook, this is my first chain, this is my second chain. So in the second chain from the hook, which is this right here, we are going to do 6 single crochet. So I'm going to insert under the loop of this stitch right here, pull up a loop so that there's 2 loops on my hook, and then I'm going to yarn over, pull through both loops. So if you want, you can mark this right here so that you know where your first stitch is in a little bit, but that's 1. Now I'm going to insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops on my hook for 2. Again for 3, insert into the same spot, pull up the loop, like that. This is 4, working our way around the circle, 5, and then 1 more for 6. Now I'll use this tail later to close this up a little bit. Now we can count back to find where we joined to if you aren't sure. So this is the loop on our hook. This is our first stitch here. So this is 1, 2, 4, 6 right here. And then we're joining with a slip stitch to our beginning single crochet, which is that first one we made. So slip under both loops, pull up a loop, and pull that loop through the loop on your hook. And that's round 1. Round 2, chain 1, 2 single crochet in each stitch around. So in this first one that I joined to, I'm gonna insert under both loops, pull up a loop, complete a single crochet, then go back into the same spot, complete another single crochet for the increase, and then we're going to do that in each stitch around. So here in the next stitch right here, we're going to go under both loops, single crochet, under both loops again, single crochet. Our next stitch right here, same thing, all the way around. So this is what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, oh, 11, 12. Now that we're back here, this right here is our slip stitch that we used to join. This right here is our chain. And so we're not going to work into either of those. We're going to slip stitch under the first single crochet that we made. Again, you can use a stitch marker to keep track of that if you like. And now that's the end of round 2. Chain 1. And now we're going to alternate single crochet and then an increase. So again, into the first stitch here, the one that we joined to, you can see how my loop goes around this stitch here. We're going to go under there, do a single crochet, and then in our next we're going to put 2. So here's our next stitch here, not this little edge here, we already worked into that, but right here, 1, 2, and then again in the next stitch, 1, and then in the next we're going to put 2. And continue around, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, oops, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And again, we have our slip stitch to join right here, our chain 1 right here, and then this is our first single crochet, so we're going to slip stitch to that. Now, for our next round, which is round 4, so through this next round is how we'll start each one of these. We're going to do the same thing, but we are going to step up the number of single crochet before the increase. So we're going to still alternate, but we're going to go into the same stitch that we joined to again with 1 single crochet. And now we are going to do 1 single crochet in the next as well. So single crochet in the next, 2 single crochet, like so. And then our increase in the next. So 1, 2. And complete that around. So this is going to be, that's 1, 2, and then an increase here. How we start all 3 of these through round 4 is going to be the same. Okay, almost done. So 1, 2, and then in the last 3, 4, and then here is our slip to join. Here's our chain. So I'm going to slip stitch to the first single crochet of that round, and then do this same thing up till here for bulbs 2 and 3. And now I'm going to weave this around and weave this end in a little more. So let me grab a needle. Okay. So since this is a shorter tail, I'm going to weave my needle around first. And I'm just going to tighten this up a little to close the opening and then tie down. That's all. And I'll do this with all 3 of them the same way. It's been a while since I worked on this kit. We started a garden and been pretty busy with that, but I'm really happy with how the garden is doing. Okay, I think one more. Okay, there we go. That's much smaller. And now I'm just going to insert the hook under a nearby loop and feed this through, but I'm going to hold on to this thread over here so that I can't pull it flat all the way through, because I tend to do that. And then just tie that off. And okay, so, and this will curl towards you. This is the right side. That's what RS means. This is the wrong side. We just want it to go back the other way. And that's through 4. So that's how we'll start each of these. Now, moving on to this one, we're going to chain 1. And now we're going to step it up again. And this time I'll just do it the first time. So we're just going to single crochet in the first 3 and then increase. So I'm going to insert under here. Same stitch that we joined to. Single crochet 1, 2, 3, and then increase in the next. So put 2 single crochet in this one, 1, 2, and repeat that all the way around. I'll come back after that round. I'll do the first round of single crochet in each stitch around for 6 through 10 and then do the rest off camera. So I'll be back after I finish out this round. Okay, so I finished that round out. And we have our join here, our chain there. I'm going to slip stitch to here. Now I know I demonstrated this in the other videos, but just in case, chain 1 and then single crochet in each stitch around. We'll be doing the same thing for 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'll only do 6. So we're just going to insert into the same stitch we joined to, do a single crochet, and do 1 single crochet in every stitch around until we get back to the beginning. Okay, moving right along. When I seem like I double up on coming back through here sometimes, like if I do that and then that, and if you can't see it, it's because I caught a loop. Like I split the yarn a little bit and I'm getting the extra little pieces off. I don't know if you can see that or not. Last one. There's our slip to join, chain, and the first single crochet of the round. So each one of these rounds, join and chain. That was 6. Same exact thing, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I will be back after those are completed. Okay, so here's at the end of 10. You can count our rows real fast. So we got our center start here, and then each concentric circle out is a round. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And this is the slip to join, chain 1. So I'm going to slip to my first single crochet here for the end of round 10 and chain 1. And then we have a single crochet in the next 3 and then single crochet 2 together, so decrease. So I'm going to single crochet in the stitch that we just joined to. So 1, 2, 3, and then decrease. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert under the next stitch here, like this, pull up a loop. But then instead of finishing this, I'm going to insert under the next stitch in the row, pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on the hook. Tighten it down a little, and then find my next stitch in the round. So here's my next stitch. This is the corner of the one we just worked. So repeat that. 1, 2, 3, and then again, insert, pull up a loop, insert in the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and continue that around. So after we finish this round out, there'll be 2 rounds, 12 and 13 of single crochet in each stitch around. So I'm going to finish this out and come back for the join and then do those 2 rounds. Okay, so here we are for the end of this round, our last decrease here. So there we go. And then there's our slip to join right here. There's our chain. So I'm going to slip stitch to this first one here. And then I will do 2 rounds of single crochet in each stitch around and be back. Okay, so the end of 13 here, got my chain and my slip in my chain. I'm going to slip stitch to the first single crochet here. And then chain 1, and we have single crochet in the next 2 and then decrease. So I'm going to start in the stitch that we just joined to, single crochet 1, and then in the next another single crochet for single crochet 2, and then in the next decrease. And then we're just going to repeat that around like we did with the previous round where we did the 3. So I will be back after this round is done. Okay, so here we are at the end of that round. We got the slip to join, the chain. So I'm going to slip stitch here and chain 1. And then for 15 and 17, it's just chain 1, single crochet in each stitch around. So I'm going to run out of this one before that's done. So I'll come back to do the switch. But I'm just going to get to work on those 2 rows and come back when... Now, I don't think other people's are going to be in 2 sections. I don't know. So it's probably not necessary, but I'll still show the change. So I'll be back. It's 3 rounds, not 2 rounds. I think I said 2. 15, 16, 17. Okay, so I'm on 16. And I'm gonna add in the rest of this. Okay. So I'm just going to insert under the next stitch, pull up a loop, and then grab this one instead of finishing off with this tail and pull that through instead. Tighten that down. And then I'm going to do my next single crochet also around this tail here. And then just tie these 2 tails together. There are other ways to do this as well, but this is pretty quick and easy. Tuck those in and keep going, and that's just if yours are also in 2 pieces. And so I'll be back after round 17. Okay, so end of round 17. I'm going to slip to my first single crochet here. Tighten that down. We're going to leave a little tail for sewing. So I'm just gonna wrap this around a little bit to guesstimate a tail. And then trim this. And this one is done. So for the next one, we'll do the same beginning, rounds 1 through 4, and then the ending will be different, so I will come back for that. Okay, so we're at the end of round 4. So the next round is going to be single crocheting each stitch around, so I will do that and come back. Okay, so that's round 5 completed. Chain 1, and now single crochet in the next 2 and then decrease. So 1, 2, decrease. Repeat that around and I'll be back. Okay, so end of that round, I'll slip stitch to the first stitch here, chain 1, and then our next round is just alternating single crochet and decrease. So 1 single crochet, 1 decrease, 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. It feels like you stretch further when you get to these smaller rounds and when you're alternating like this. And again, this is the corner of the stitch we just worked into. So you have to reach a little bit, 1 single crochet, 1 decrease, 1 single crochet, 1 decrease, and I'm holding the other side down with this finger so that I don't catch any of that yarn. 1 single crochet. Now the decrease, and then last one here, 1 single crochet, decrease, and then this is the corner of the stitch that we just worked into. This loop is going around it. This is our slip, and then this is our chain right here. So here's our first single crochet. I'll slip to that, chain 1. And now this is just single crochet each stitch around for this last round, starting in the stitch that we joined to, and then we're going to fasten off. And our next one will start again with the same 4 from the first cactus from this video. Oh, I split this right there. That's supposed to be on my hook. There we go. Okay. Last one, I think. Let me get a look at this. Yeah, because there's my slip, there's my chain. Alright, so I'm going to fasten off. I'm going to, right, because that was 8. So I'm going to slip stitch here, pull that tight. It doesn't say to leave a tail for, oh yes it does. I just can't read. Okay, so I'm going to wrap that around to guesstimate a tail. Trim this. And then that's the second bulb done. And then I'll do the first 4 rounds and be back. Okay, so here's the end of 4. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, chain 1, single crochet in each stitch around. So I'll be back after that. Okay, so this is the end of round 8 from the single crochet in each stitch around. And now I've joined, I'm just going to chain 1, and this next round is just another round of the single crochet and then decrease, alternating around. So just like that, and like we did before, single crochet, decrease, all the way around. So I'll finish this out and be back. Okay, so end of that round, and I got the corner here of the stitch that I did my last decrease into, my slip to join my chain. I'm going to slip stitch to this first one here, chain 1, and then the final 2 rounds, 10, 11, are single crochet in each stitch around. So I will do those and be back to fasten off. Okay, so last slip stitch here to fasten off, skip in our join and our chain, tighten that down, and guesstimate a little tail for sewing on. And there we go. So here are the 3 bulbs for this cactus, and that is going to be all for this one today. Let's see, we got the flowers next, some tendrils. That sounds like fun. So I hope this is helpful, and I hope to do some more videos on this kit this week.